Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
In a real life emergency, you are stuck here in the mall.
Nearly 1 month since 5 people were shot inside the Brass Mill Mall. A Fox 61 exclusive here finds an emergency exit inside was sealed off. The fire marshal tells us the exit was screwed shut, and a woman trying to use that exit shares what she found during an emergency. But before we get to that story here, the first heat wave of the summer has brought another day, a dangerously high heat to our area. This is the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Sarah Sanchez. After breaking heat records yesterday, some relief is finally on the way for us. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joins us now with a look at when we can expect those temperatures to finally take a drop. Rachel.
Yeah, tomorrow we are going to be waking up to a world of a difference. This is the final day of our heat wave. Highs made it up into the 90s, even near triple digits in Chester. We broke the record in Bridgeport today, 97, the new daily record high temperature, and we tied the record for Windsor Locks. But day 4 and done. Tomorrow temperatures will be up to 20 degrees cooler. So this was not your average heat wave, especially with several days of record-breaking heat. So this heat alert will continue for another couple of hours. We'll continue it until 8 p.m. because from now through then, it's feeling like up to as high as triple digits. 103 right now in Meriden. 101 is the heat index in Windham, and actual temperatures are in the 90s. Heads up, an isolated shower or rumble of thunder possible. We're seeing one right now in Windham County. This is actually a good thing. It'll help you cool you off briefly in Scotland, in Canterbury, and there might be a shower in spots in Fairfield County as well. After midnight, less humid air comes in. Overnight lows will be near 70, and tomorrow will be about 20 degrees cooler. But there could be a couple showers. We'll talk about it. Your full forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. The heat wave has been affecting so many people, especially those who work outside. Employees with moving companies are lugging heavy boxes, furniture, you name it, all in this oppressive heat. Fox 61's Jamel Johnson explains how one local company is keeping their workers cool.
Imagine lifting heavy boxes for hours as the temperature climbs past 90 degrees. That's the reality movers are facing right now. And they're doing it day after day in the dangerous heat.
Even on days when the weather is favorable, moving is still a laborious task. Patrick Green is the owner of Green Moving and Storage. He says the work they do is hardest during a heat wave like this.
This has been one of the tougher weather situations to navigate.
But sometimes long drives between destinations, air conditioning was top on their list.
The first thing I did is go through our trucks to see if any trucks needed a boosting of their air conditioning systems. One of them we found did.
Hydrating is just as important, and Green wanted his workers to start as early as last weekend. And he made sure that while on the job, there'd be no shortage of water.
Each truck was assigned a cooler, and we bought bags of ice for them to keep hydrated throughout the job. Because once heat stroke comes on, like I said, it's hard to play catch up. So
the movers are even changing up how they dress.
We've kind of loosened the dress code. Normally we tell the guys to wear pants, but we've stricken that and said, shorts are fine. And another thing we did is we ordered headbands for all the guys. They're headbands that go around the head. They're put in a freezer the night before, and it keeps them cool.
Green says this heat wave fell during one of the busiest times of the year for the company. And even with all these preparations, he still worries about everyone's safety.
Yeah, so it is our busy season. So, we're running about 25 guys now. So it's a little nerve-wracking, making sure the safety of all 25 guys, because our summer, from Labor Day to Memorial Day is our traditional busy season, especially the end of June. That's when schools get out, so a lot of families are doing their moves now, especially now being the end of the month. A lot of leases are up on apartments. So
this is the time of year where Green Moving and Storage sees the most volume, but they say if you're trying to move yourself, it's highly recommended you get a head start before the afternoon rolls in, and to drink as much water beforehand so you don't get dehydrated. In Manchester, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
Thank you, Jamel. And if you need a place to beat the heat, why not head inside to an ice rink where it looks like a winter day inside? Kate Pattyfoot has the right idea. She's live in Simsbury at the International Skating Center of Connecticut with quite a good group behind her. Hi, Kay.
Hi, Sarah. I'm actually shivering just a little bit, so that says a lot about, the weather inside here. Behind me, we've got the kiddos learning hockey. There's also a number of different classes. They've got drop-in hockey. This is first stride hockey, which is starting now. They've got open skate and even figure skating lessons. We spoke with a skater at the rink about why she enjoys coming here when it's so hot out, and just listen to her answer.
It's amazing. It's like a pool, but frozen, but better, and it's funner.
Now, Emma even showed us some cool tricks that she can do on the ice. Now, I personally cannot do that. I can do a little twirl here and there, but I mean, that's all you're gonna get from me. But for now, we're live in Simsbury, Cape Hattie-Foot, Fox 61.
I see you're pretty stationary there, Kay. Yeah, so we're looking forward to seeing how you progress through the afternoon. Well, stay with us on Fox 61 for all your weather updates, from information on cooling centers to the forecast and the changing conditions outside. You can find everything you need to stay safe and cool at fox61.com or on the free Fox 61 News app.
I ran all this way twice. There's a second time now to go down these stairs, and when you get there, you can't even get out the door.
Now to this Fox 61 exclusive. A woman says she found an emergency exit screwed shut at the Brass Mill Center in Waterbury. She got this on video as she tried to exit the mall when the fire alarm was going off. And just weeks ago, there was a mass shooting at that very mall. The woman shared her experience with Fox 61's Joe Monte.
A woman at the Brass Mill Center in Waterbury was at the theater with her brother watching a movie when the fire alarm went off. They made their way to an emergency exit in the theater, but the door wouldn't open.
I'm just thinking, I don't want to die at the mall, which would have happened in a real emergency had I not been able to get out.
Amy Maynard was at the Apple Cinemas at the Brass Mill Center Mall with her brother, trying to enjoy the day away from the hot weather. Suddenly, the emergency alarm went off and she ran to the nearest emergency exit. But it was a lot more complicated than she expected before she was completely shocked at what she found.
It was very dark out there. It was hard to even find where you were going. Finally made my way down a couple flights of stairs and the doors were locked, like completely sealed.
Maynard captured what it looked like on video, the hallways and stairs poorly lit, and eventually the exit doors screwed shut. She said in a real emergency, there would be no way to escape.
There was no other doors down there. The only way was to go back up the stairs.
The fire marshal's office was notified, and Assistant Fire Marshal Christopher Renato went to the mall to see the exit for himself. In a statement to Fox 61, Renato said, "I asked the general manager of the mall to accompany me through the exit in question, along with the head of maintenance for the mall. What was discovered was an exit stairwell poorly lit, leading to a set of 2 double doors that were screwed shut." Maynard said the current pathway to the exit is a hazard.
Even without having the emergency, somebody else could have caused an emergency running in those dark hallways or having a panic attack being locked, or anything really could have occurred at that moment.
She also says she'll probably think twice about coming back to the Brass Mills Center.
I try to be an advocate. I want to spend my money there and part of the community, and to see that they don't care about us or my safety kind of makes me reconsider being a customer there.
The assistant fire marshal says the mall has already begun fixing the exit. He says they're replacing the lights and repairing the doors. He says after the work is completed, someone from the fire marshal's office will come out and inspect the work. In Waterbury, Joe Monte, Fox 61.
And we did reach out to the mall, and so far we haven't got a response. We also reached out to the Waterbury mayor's office and governor's office and did not hear back. We'll keep you updated, of course, when we get a response. Another Coast Guard cadet has filed a sexual assault complaint against the Coast Guard Academy. The law firm representing her is only calling her Jane Doe 31 because that firm said it's already filed 30 other sexual assault complaints against the academy, accusing leaders of not taking the necessary steps to protect cadets from sexual assault. The filings claim a policy at the academy that cadets were not allowed to lock their doors was a major factor in these reported assaults. The firm said these were not isolated failures, but rather a systemic problem. New tonight, a woman's death at a state prison was a result of criminal action. That's from the Office of Inspector General. Its report says last August, Ashley Marin died from an overdose of drugs, including fentanyl, at York Correctional in Niantic. However, the investigation could not identify who gave her the drugs and how she got them and when. A packet of powder was found in the cell. Connecticut State Police had it tested and it came back negative for controlled substances. The report says Marin was arrested on August 19th for violating a protective order. She was at York because she couldn't post bail. According to this report, Marin was being treated at York for alcohol withdrawal and a C-section she had received while giving birth just a month prior at Bristol Hospital. We're learning our first details about a deadly hit and run in Fairfield. Police say it happened Saturday on Post Road near South Benson Road. They say a driver hit 25-year-old Juan Tista, who was on a moped and then took off. Police eventually tracked down the driver. Their name has not been released. Tista was taken to the hospital where he died. It's still unclear if the driver has been charged. A child in East Haven is recovering from serious injuries tonight. Police say they were hit by a car while out riding their bicycle. This happened Monday night just before midnight at the intersection of Hemingway and Tyler. The driver stayed on scene, and police say they aren't facing charges. Neighbors in the area are asked to check their home cameras for any video that could help figure out what led up to that crash.